Hi everyone, welcome to our Trip Home Wednesday Night Live. I'm Nancy and me and my hair on the wild side. But I was out today, so I have hat hair also. I was like, oh. So, hi Rebecca. Hi Mr. and Mrs. Job. Hi TV watchers. Hi chat and replay watchers. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I made my own tea. It's just lemon juice and some ground cloves in it, and just stir it up. And actually, it tastes pretty good. So, lots and lots of things to tell y'all tonight. My eyes itching, but so to get started, I wanted to let everybody know I did not go last Thursday to the allergist. I'm not going tomorrow. And if anybody from the office is watching, I have been feeling better since not having the shots. So, but I'm going to tell them that. I'm just going to email them. I didn't have the headaches and everything like I normally do. And what you tell them and kind of like nothing's. I'm not going there. I'm just, things are different now since that last shot and everything. So I decided I think I'm gonna hold off because I want to see some things going on. So with that, hey Joy and Donnie, I told you I had this shirt. I know, I love blue. Blue's my favorite color. Anastasia changed the colors because everybody had their own colors. Her dad's color is blue, so nobody else could have the same color. So she changed mine to purple, which I do like purple. I don't love purple. I like purple. My favorite color is blue. It's just the blue sky and everything. I love blue. All right, so and an update too. So since I've not had the shot and I haven't had beef for 3 weeks, so it's kind of like we still don't know. Kind of like, is it an herb still or something other? But this has gone down. I know it's red, but I want y'all to watch something. It's not raised up and inflamed. It's just red. So I'm gonna put the jewelry on. And that's been helping us. When I put it on, it goes down. Um, Also, when I set the computer, if I'm not typing or crocheting, what I try to do is keep this aired and everything. You can wear any color you love, no matter. I know she is a trip. So, but I really thought that was just cute. Everybody had to have their own color. I'm glad she gave me the color purple. Purple is royalty. So it has gone down. It does itch a little bit. But in the morning when I wake up, it's really down. And earlier, actually, my skin color right here is coming back. So I still don't know, but I'm trying some other things. Not having that shot. I'm telling you, I get the shot, and the next day it's like I'm out in La La Land or something or another, and I'm like groggy type things going on, and I'm just like, I could understand the day of, or maybe the next day, but I've also had an Allegra, and that's supposed to combat whatever with the allergies. And then, but that weekend, it was just terrible. And then last week when I was live, I was telling y'all things I couldn't remember the days and everything. I was like, oh, no. Something's not right with this. Something is, no. And so, last week I didn't go. I'm not going this week. And I'm going to just let them know I'm go wait and see what happens. And still, this is probably something from at 8. Now, I did try seasonings again today. I think it's the garlic. Something about the garlic from Sam's Club. I don't know. That's so fake. I need to clean my screen. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like when I use that garlic, I have, my eyes right here and this, whatever happens. So I'm trying to see, order my own garlic to the side that's not Sam's Club or whatever, and just see if that's what it is. So it's a process. Sometimes I want the process to go faster so I can get back to normal. Because, all right, so tomorrow we're having gumbo, which is, he uses chicken and sausage. I think they're doing chicken and shrimp this time. Oh my goodness, we haven't had shrimp in a long time because, oh my goodness, back at the beginning of the year, spring, so after I came back from Gatlinburg, we haven't had it because it was on recall. So we're going to have gumbo this weekend, chicken and shrimp gumbo. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And like I said, my son uses the same spices that I use, and there's nothing. I don't have a reaction. I don't do anything. So I'm just like, I don't know. Like I said, I did go outside today, so I'm out in the fresh air and, flowers and everything, looking at my garden. I didn't really touch anything in the garden, but I was over there, kind of like looking at it and everything, which there's no flowers. It's all plants. So I don't know. I do know this, that walnut wormwood, if you have problems going to the bathroom, that's a good thing to help you flush your system. This right here. This is what I've been doing. I'm trying to get the light not to reflect on it so much. All right. I said black walnut, wormwood, clove extract. So I'm drinking clove tea. I've had this twice today. It's supposed to be 1.5 to 2 milliliters, approximately 14 to 56 drops, 2 to 3 times a day. Before meals, I forget. So, and I take it before you go to bed. It's getting chilly, cool in the RV tonight. Can't hear the heater on. My goodness, bundle up, Joy. I have to crochet you a blanket. And bring it, send it to you, bring it to you. Ooh, I might bring it to you and just know. That would be a fun trip. Hey, at least the next trip I go, my hair be colored. Oh my goodness. I'm not telling you, I don't like that silver. I just don't like it. It's just not me. I cannot, I can't. I'll just have to color my hair. Well, and hey, there was a video I saw years ago and had it saved about making your own hair color at home. I think it was coconut oil and Hershey's and cocoa powder, but you had to leave it on for an hour. I'm like, I don't have an hour to do that. So I was like, I just got rid of it. I'm quite sure there's more videos now about coloring your hair all naturally and everything. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want y'all to see my Christmas earrings. See the earrings? My Christmas like earrings. So yeah, I put those on tonight. And then I was like, I wanted to put a short sleeve shirt on. Oh, I forgotten and my left my blonde on for an hour. Oh goodness. So and I'm like, so Joy had said something about a shirt I had on. I was like, oh, I still got that shirt. And I'm gonna go put it on because it has short sleeves, so I can show y'all my arm and see now that I've had that on there, it starts to go down. And by the end of the live, because I'm not sitting here crocheting or something, I've got my arm down like this, it does go down. So it's not raised. Actually, what this is doing is like drying up and then peeling. And that's exactly what my hands did. And I'm like, okay. So we know. I know it's a 2 weeks process. If I have any beef, it's usually a 2 weeks process for me to not have any beef or any pork or anything for my system to clear itself out. So I'm taking this to try to help accelerate the process. Will it work that way? I don't know. But with this right here, especially right here and here and here, was like dry. So okay, when it starts, so you think of a sunburn with the blisters and everything, and then the blisters pop, and then they dry up and everything. So, but here it's just different. It's hard to explain. Um, I don't know. It's like dry skin, but it's not dry skin. It's not like a sunburn type thing either. It's just weird. It's weird what the body does all the way around and everything. So, it's okay. It's doing what it needs to do to heal the way it needs to be healed. I got an acorn squash that I'm gonna cut up. I still have that pumpkin, sugar pie pumpkin. I need to cut up and everything. And then I was listening to. Let me get the channel name because I ain't forgot about. That's just on the like. It keep up, but I will try to let me get the channel. He was talking about how good pumpkins are for you. Let's see here. There goes my stomach. I don't know why. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Homegrown herbalist. And let me get the exact. Because one superfood is better than 99% of what you eat. And he's talking about the pumpkin. And he talks about how good it is for you. All right, let me get this over here to here and here. And there, I'll pin the link there in a few minutes. All right. So yeah, he's that's a really good channel, and he is my understanding. He says his name is Dr. Jacobs, so he is a certified doctor. Just go listen to him. Because I was like, pumpkin, man. Then he talks about pumpkin seeds and everything, how good they are for you. And I still have some pumpkin seeds and prunes, and I need to make those energy balls again that I made on the cooking channel because those are a good source of fiber. So, one key I have noticed with all this going on and everything is if I keep my system to where I have a bowel movement at least twice a day, this starts to clear up. If I don't, something about the gut, and this is my experience, something about the gut, fixing the gut and the gut issues and everything clears up a lot of things. So that's one thing I've been trying to do to make sure every day that I have enough fiber, so that I am, use supposed to have 2-3 times a day. So when I worked at General Nutrition Center and I was learning all that stuff and everything, it said, so if you eat breakfast, say you eat breakfast 7 o'clock in the morning, between 7 and 8. In 3 to 4 hours, you should be going to the bathroom because that's gone through your system and your body's starting to flush out everything. So by the time you eat lunch, and then when you have lunch, the same way, about 3 to 4 hours, by the time you get to dinner, you should have gone to the bathroom, and then by dinner, you should go to the bathroom before you go to bed. My body used to work that way. It used to do that, and then, getting hurt and falling and this injury, and, you got pinched nerves in the back, and the L1 and L5 and S1 vertebrae, there's no disc there, so they're squished together, so I'm quite sure there's things going on. So me, I've noticed like when I eat my oatmeal and I add the flaxseed, that helps. Having prunes, and you hear something funny. I never knew what prunes were made of. They're made from plums. I just thought prunes was a fruit itself. Well, that's what I was told growing up. I usually go quickly after I drink my morning drink and eat fairly fast. Yeah. So they say, oh, thank you, Rebecca. So drinking green tea. So since I'm out of green tea, but I have a honey lemon tea, clove tea, different other teas help with, digestive issues and everything. I love prunes too. I just thought prunes was a fruit. Didn't realize it was made from plums. Because I like plums too. And I also eating blueberries. Blueberries is a good source of nutrients and fiber and everything. So when I have my oatmeal, I always put blueberries with my oatmeal and the flaxseed. And then my little spice mix I made that's here on this channel is the cocoa powder. It's got cloves and ginger and cinnamon and nutmeg in it. So I notice when I add it to my coffee, when I remember to add it to my coffee, things work, that's good stuff into your body. Frozen blueberries are good. I took an empty soda bottle, put some water in it and put some my blueberries in there. So I made my own blueberry water. And plus, it helps them to thaw out faster. And then when you drink your water and you happen to get a blueberry, you eat your blueberries. So, and then I have some dehydrated strawberries also, because I'll rotate, or sometimes I'll put both blueberries and strawberries in there in the water. Sometimes I'll put some lemon juice in there. Sometimes I don't. If I remember to put it in there, I'll put it in there. everything, just to give, because lemon helps with so many things with your body also. Now, if I was going by the eat right for your blood type, I'm not supposed to have plums, but I can have prunes. So that's just like, that doesn't make sense. So still haven't gotten the other book yet. It's just the cook right for your blood type I got. Um, just with things going now, it's, birthdays, and now it's Christmas. So we've changed things up about what someone's getting for Christmas. So I'm not getting books. She does have one book. I just didn't get books like I normally do, like every month, because I've been saving and trying to do other things. Now I can tell you, if you make this, and all it is hot water and like a teaspoon of lemon juice, and that's just the lemon juice from the bottle. It's not a lemon and a squeeze. And you add, I probably add like a fourth of a teaspoon of cloves. You've got to keep stirring it because the cloves will settle to the bottom. And then all you'll have is cloves at the bottom. And it's like, oh, that's so sweet. Do you see how puckering because of the lemon juice? I stirred that up. It's like, oh, yeah. I think I put a little bit more than I should have, but that's all right. So, but yeah, my skin tone right there is coming back. It's just more irritating right now, or frustrating, because I don't know what caused it, and I just want it to hurry up and go away. Because, like I said, it always starts this side. When it was my hands, it was my right hand. Then, when it started with my arms, it was my right arm, and then it went to my left arm, and I'm like, okay, so this one cleared up fast. This will clear up fast too. Yeah, no. Oh, no. And the same way when it started during the summer with my right eye, I went from my right eye to the left eye, and then this eye cleared up fast, and this one didn't. No. So it's like when you learn that, it's like, okay, you sit, you think, and then you try to think some more. What did I eat? What did I do? What did I touch? Where did I go? And it's like you just like throw your hands up in the air, because it's like there's so many variables to it and everything, or what it could be. And sometimes the doctors don't, they don't listen, or I've already done so many tests. Well, there's more tests you can do. And when they go check, we can't test for metals. I'm like, well, how do you figure out if someone had lead poisoning like they did back in the 70s when the kids would eat the paint off the wall? Some places still have lead paint, just covered up with other paint. I didn't think about that. Think about your number 2 pencils have lead in it. Everybody chew on the pencils growing up. I didn't chew on mine. I did, we did drums with them. Now, I did put them in my mouth like this. Or, we put in our hair or whatever. But I know kids who sit there and chew on their pencils. How they test for lead poisoning? Because I'm quite sure there's still a test for lead poisoning. Because, there's still lead out there. And everything. So today's doctor's visit. Y'all ready for it? With the dentist. Yuck. All they did was x-rays. They didn't do nothing else. And then they recommended me to a periodontist / implant doctor. And I'm like, okay. So I've got to look into that and everything and see what's going on. But yeah, all they did was X-rays, which stuff I already knew needs to be. These two broken teeth and these two wisdom teeth down here. They knew lead was poison. I think they did to a point. Because if you go back and watch the show Emergency and everything, and they took it from actual real cases from all over the United States and everything. They had one case in there about lead poisoning, and also, yeah, I believe they knew it was just like they do with red 40 and yellow this dye and that dye, and I better stop before well, y'all see me to go bye bye. But there's other channels that sit in there and talk about you know the health benefits or the stuff about food, and this is all entertaining. It is informational also, but we were growing up. They would take beets. If you've seen beets, their color is reddish purple. Well, that's how they used to get the dye from into, like we say, the cereal, and then Kool-Aid, flavored water drinks, colored water drinks. It was all natural stuff that they used. You know, Even some of my favorite colas was all natural stuff that they used long time ago. And you know, when our current president got in office and our HHR director, and we all got in there, and there was two major companies that sit there and by the summer had changed their formula, would get the dyes out, whatever they needed to get out. That's like all they had to do is go to the vault, get the original recipe, and they'd be okay. The one of them, I went with, that's why they said drink a cola when you were sick, an upset stomach, because it would settle your stomach. Y'all know what I mean? Yeah. And so in our house growing up, we had Coca-Cola and we had Pepsi. And then we had 7-Up in there. Of course, there was Diet. We had RC Cola. We had 7-Up. We had Mountain Dew. What else was? Fago came out. We drank that. We always kept like Pepsi or so because 7-Up, Sprite. Yep, that always helped out. Because we did. We drank soda. We drank Lipton tea, Nestle, tea, the jars of the tea, and you just take a spoonful and make your instant tea and everything. We had that. And we did drink Kool-Aid. We didn't put sugar in it. We had sweet and low. No, I drank dark soda to sell a stomach. See, I know that's just the oddest thing. Now, ginger ale. We always use ginger ale to settle our stomachs. If somebody got sick, and root beer floats are the best. Now that depends on what root beer. Is it Brock's or is it A&W root beer? Because I like both of them. I think we all just remember more of A&W root beer, but Brock's is a good root beer. And then I'll never forget. So was it Christmas? Did my mom make it at Christmas? I know New Year's she did, and she had that big punch bowl, and she would buy the I don't know, it was the sherbet or whatever it was, and then you had your whether it was ginger ale or Sprite or whatever, and make your own punch um, stuff and everything. So that's, we always had soda because someone was always coming over or, dropping by or something other. My aunt, that's all she drank all her life was Pepsi. She's still living. She's still alive. Just like, so yeah, we, drank coffee and tea. Of course, we drank water and everything. And the kids, we were outside and we're thirsty. My dad goes, turn on the hose and turn on the water and drink from the hose. So, thinking about what I used to eat and drink and everything growing up, all through my adult life, I don't like the flavor of Pepsi. That's the first time you had our acquired taste. And then even up to, summer of 2017. Until then, and I never put stuff together. It never just clicked. But right here on this finger, on my index finger, every winter it would get dry. I don't want to say scaly, but it would get so dry. I'm going to drink Coca-Cola once in a blue moon. Oh, yeah. And I was like, so when this happened with my hands and everything in 2017, I was like, oh, so that's why my finger would do what it did. So did I have a touch of it from a long time ago as a kid having, when you're outside, you don't think about looking for ticks or anything, or, up in the tree and playing or whatever, until you go in the house and you go look for it. Sometimes you didn't find it till the next day. So did I have a touch of it, or was it even a thing back then? Back, in the 70s and 80s, all we always thought of was Lyme disease from a tick. We didn't know nothing else because they didn't say anything else. They didn't say you could get this or that. Now there's like several different things you can get from a tick bite, and alpha-gal has to be one of them. So, like I said, I don't know, because back then we just didn't go to the doctor for every little thing. We didn't. My dad grew up on the farm. Here, take this. Keep on going. And then, I don't think, it was probably my early teens, probably maybe 13, 14, until we had health insurance, and then we went to the doctor. But other than that, you got a cough? Rub some Vicks Vapor Rub on you. Couldn't go to the bathroom, take some castor oil. Remember that? Here, right in the mouth it goes. I was like, ah. Then they came out with something that had grape flavor, and I can't remember what that was. But the old things that we used to do. Now we never put onions on our feet and put a sock on it. I didn't learn about that until like 10 years ago or so, or something like that. And then looking at old things that they used to do back, way back then, and then trying to, just to clean my body out and everything and see what else was going on. So we're talking about health and everything. Now a lot of my things I know is because guys don't want to hear it. I apologize, but as females know the change of life. I went through that at age 32. And I was like, by the time I was 33, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like, no more. So, hey, Misha. So, since, my body doesn't produce the estrogen, progesterone, all those hormones and everything again, you know, the collagen you get from beef, well, I can't eat beef, so I've got to figure out a different way to get the collagen. So, could this be from that my body be able to process the collagen and or get the collagen from the beef like you're supposed to? That's a good question because I found out chicken and turkey doesn't have as much in it as you do you get from beef to keep, your skin, your hair, your nails, your skin. A lot of it is from collagen, and you have to eat it or take capsules. So you eat your beef and everything to get your collagen, or you take capsules to get it. So, but then again, you have to be vegan capsules and not from bone vine. So that is a long process. When you're sitting there looking and searching and everything, now some companies I have found, but that's a long process to sit there and like, oh my goodness. So that's why I explain. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Like places I find to get stuff from, like Horback. Um, Now Nature Made, I am an affiliate with them now again, so I can go through there and find things to get. Now, like I got the Bronson Vitamin D, which has 10,000 IUs in it, and so I take 2 of those a day, so that's 20,000 IUs. And because if you go to Dr. Berg, suggesting to go watch him on YouTube. But what I've learned, everything over the years, my body just doesn't absorb vitamin D from the sun. It never has. Isn't that fun? So much fun. Because even when, let's see, yeah, even when I was in my teens and everything, we would go get blood work. And that was one thing they would test. And they'd go, you're low in vitamin D, get out in the sun. I'm like, I'm out in the sun all the time. What else you want me to do? you know? So that was a given. Every time I went to the doctor, they would test vitamin D. Oh, your vitamin D is low. Get out and get in the sun. I'm like, I go out and get in the sun. What else do you want me to do? So that's why I started taking vitamin D. Because I know I gotta sit this way for a second. Now I'm trying to block that light, but there we go. So it's like I know I don't my body doesn't absorb vitamin D from the sun, so I had to take capsules to get it. And all. And then my B vitamins, they would test only 1 or 2, something like that. And they would be low. I'm like, well, yeah, because my body doesn't absorb it from the food sometimes, and then so I take one of those. That flash was about. It says check your connection. Connection is fine. And my computer's plugged up and everything. Oh my goodness. That makes me think of the other day. Everybody, it seemed like everybody I talked to had internet issues or phone issues, something going on. I was like, with all this new technology and everything, there should be no issues whatsoever. This should be good to go. So now I did have an L-lysine, it's amino acid, but I'm telling you, I'm trying to take that sucker. That pill is like half the size of this. It's like, I don't think so. There ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm gonna get to swallow that pill. I have a pill crusher. Yeah, and the powdery, making it powdery. Mm-mm. That's just as bad as the pill itself. So I have one that's in there. It's not the LA sign. It is. It's a. I forgot the name, but it has the magnesium and copper and zinc and calcium and something else in it. And that was big too. That was about that size. So I crushed it. But I was just like, the powder just tastes nasty. I don't care how I've tried to take it. I was like, okay, it could just sit right there. That's fine. I'll try something else. So one thing I have learned through all this and everything is the mushroom complex that I have from Wild and Organics. This did not come from that. So I am safe to take that. Um, the liquid magnesium that I have, that's on standby because I still have some capsules of the magnesium glycinate. So I got I think like 5 or 6 left. And I take the magnesium at nighttime because it helps my hip. But the last few nights, I took it last night was Tuesday. I forgot to take it Monday night. So I woke up Tuesday and I'm like, why in the world am I hurting in my hip? And I happen to look up and it's right over here on my I'm like, oh, I forgot to take it that night. So I take the magnesium at nighttime because it helps me sleep and everything. And then I have, like I said, the capsule. I still have the other magnesium, which is not the glycinate. I still have that one. And I was like, okay, it does work, but the glycinate is supposed to absorb in your body better. So it's like, well, I'll use the glycinate, the capsule one up till I have no more, and then I'll go back to the liquid because that liquid tastes better than that liquid magnesium tastes better than this right here. That's like, you've got to be kidding me. But they do tell you to put it in like grape juice or something other. Tell you to put it in water, but it's like you still taste it. It's like, oh my goodness gracious, it's just nasty tasting. But uh, if it comes to a capsule or a tablet or the liquid, I'll still take the liquid any day over a capsule because I do have a gag reflux, and after so many times of taking capsules that are not small, my body starts to go, oh, nope, you're not, nope, that's not going down. You can just forget it. Because I used to take flaxseed capsules, and those were this big also. And then after a while, it's like, and those were like the gelatin capsules, it's a gel capsule. And it's like, it should go down easy. Nope, my body was like, mm-mm. So many times they would get stuck and I'd be coming right back up. So, yeah, I'm like, wonderful. And then it just really depends on the liquid. I do that with really big capsules too. Yeah, let me go get that sucker. This is ally sign. But this is this pill. And that's how wide it is. And I'm like, I tried taking that sucker. I'm like, I don't think so. I might have to just, use my pill crusher just to get in my body to try to make sure that, you know, everything else. I was like, oh my goodness. I think someone at one time asked me, was this like, shingles? I'm like, no, this comes from something I'm eating. So it has nothing to do with any of that. Because it's not hurt. It just itches. But it didn't come up until I was eating. So like I said, no beef now for 3 weeks. And then I haven't had, I didn't go last Thursday. I'm not going this Thursday. And during the day, it was really down. So when I wake up in the morning, it's like a light pink in the morning. And like I said, it depends on the time at nighttime. Now it's like up a little bit better. I was on the phone with Rebecca and I showed her. She goes, "Oh wow, that's really gone down." I'm like, yeah. But then I was crocheting a scarf and everything, and so my arm was like this. So I have taken pictures and posted. I haven't done it here lately. But when it goes back down again, I'll take a picture. And I'm just like, that's why I'm trying to set like this. So by the time, maybe in a little bit, it'll go down a bit more. But I can say this has helped. Um, and on that note, I found out the other day, so Teresa at Stringfield Ridge Farm was in a horrible car accident Sunday over the weekend. I didn't find out till Monday. She has a broken right arm, 3 plates in there, 2 screws. Her left orbital right here is broke, and she's got some vertebrae that have fractures in it. They said nothing life threatening in her spine or anything, but there are a lot of bruises and you know in her face. And things she posted on her Facebook. She goes, "Sorry for the graphics, you know, and everything, but people wanted to know." So y'all just keep her in her prayers. She is home now and everything. So that was the main thing, was get her all fixed up. They said in the post, Lee and the girls were saying that they air flighted her to VANT hospital. So I guess she was I don't know if it was in Tennessee or where that hospital was, because they're in Barlow, Kentucky. So they had med flighted her to another hospital for trauma. And also, I'm just like, oh my goodness. I've seen accidents. I've been in accidents, and it's just like, she's such a trooper, because she made a post, which at the end she goes, everything is all good, no matter what it was. She goes, everything is all good and everything. And she goes, because my Jesus is making lemonade. And she put Forrest Frank on hashtag Forrest Frank. And my understanding, she was in Lee's truck. And they said if that's what saved her, was being in the truck and not in her car. So, according now, I was being an EMT and everything and seeing accidents, I would think that maybe she got T-boned or something like that. Especially because I don't know, if written, yes, that can happen, but I'm still thinking more so she might have gotten T-boned, because I don't know all the details, but that's just my guess. Amen. I'm glad she lived through it too, because they said it was a horrible accident. Lee was saying that it was a horrible accident in his post and everything. So You know, like she said, that prior to Jesus making lemonade, that she was in Lee's truck and not her car. So, and I know I've seen that, you know, myself. Glad I'm in a van and wasn't in a car, in different situations and other people. Yeah, exactly. And I know she retired last month or the month before. I think it was just only a couple months ago she finally retired full time from her job, from the newspaper. And she was so excited because she's going around doing all kinds of things and everything. They said it's going to be a long road recovery. And I thought to myself, Jesus can do a whole lot more faster than any other doctor can say. I was T-boned when I was working, and it was a bad accident. Matter of fact, I never recovered from the accident. And I believe it contributed to my condition being like it is now. Yes, it can do that. Me slipping and falling, I don't know how many times I've done slipped and fell on my hips, my butt, you name it. Amen. That's right. Do not give up. God is still working. He's a miracle worker and everything. So, yeah, I was like, I forgot to tell Joanne. I forgot to tell Rebecca. And so I'm like, I got to tell everybody tonight to be praying for Teresa, her healing and everything and all. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this early tonight. I'm tired. I can say that. I lay down, took a nap and everything today, but I was up early because going to the dentist and everything, and I was kind of like just really weird with the time and everything. But yeah, next week I will let y'all know what we're doing for Thanksgiving. Can you believe it? Next week is Thanksgiving already. It feels like November just started. Like I'm not ready, for a lot of things. Oh, you're welcome, Cindy. I just know that I need to share what I've been through, and that's what the Lord's telling me to share what's going, what happens, alpha-gal comes from a tick bite, and there's other things that comes from tick bites and everything. And apparently, I still can't eat beef just yet. I don't know. All right, see, as it goes down, it's just like dry, scaly, not scaly, but I don't want to say either because it's not rough. I don't know. I have to figure out the words I'm looking for. It actually is worse at nighttime than it is during the day. Let's see. So I've been using my slab, the jewelry slab on there, and then it goes down. So it's getting there. It's just gonna take some time. No, they've tested for all that. Everything comes back negative. So, alrighty. So, but yeah, we're gonna head on to bed and everything and get some sleep tonight. So thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for the chat, the TV watchers. You said, yep, it was a tick bite. It's not Lyme disease. They checked that. And supposedly I don't have alpha-gal, but they say you may have an intolerance now to it. Just don't eat it. I'm like, that does no good. Because do you know how much stuff milk is in milk? It has milk in it, and milk comes from cows. It's like, they just don't listen. Oh, thank you, Cindy. But yeah, we'll next Wednesday, we'll be talking about Thanksgiving. We got some special things we make. So thank y'all for being here in the chat, watching TV replay. Can't drink goat milk either. Nope. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Job. Y'all have a wonderful night. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time on Our Treasure Home.